Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, all you New Japan fans, to my coverage of Night 3 in the 2020 New Japan Cup. I am your host, the Natural Chris Black, and I am really enjoying all this New Japan action. It is definitely a much-needed breath of fresh air in what has been a pretty stale period in professional wrestling. Now, New Japan still is running with no fans in attendance for much of this tournament, but the plan is, when it comes to the finals and the next night at Dominion, they want to have at least 25% capacity. So, hopefully everything goes well. I am definitely missing the crowd, but I have to admit, even without the crowd, I am enjoying New Japan more so than WWE, AEW, and all the other companies that are currently running. So without further ado, let's just get right into the action. Night 3 starts out with an 8-man tag. You have Gabriel Kidd, Yuya Uemura, Yota Tsuji, and Yuji Nagata versus Daoki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. Like I said before, I really do enjoy these young lion and veteran matches. The lower card is always entertaining, much more entertaining. Okay, I hate to be comparing New Japan to all the other companies, but I mean, what can I say? During these matches, I always find myself rooting for the young lions. So, as soon as the bell rings, the heels waste exactly no time and start beating up the faces. Seems like Suzuki and Nagata continues where their last match left off, beating the hell out of each other once again. Gabriel Kidd, he has some good intensity. His moves are extremely crisp and well done. Uemura, he's like a hothead. He's still kind of quick to go on the attack. He goes ahead and challenges Suzuki once again and gets into a bit of a striking match with him. And you definitely do not want to get into a striking match with Minoru Suzuki. Uemura takes most of the heat during this match. Still, he's not a dead fish. He does fight back and is given a bloody mouth for his efforts. Gets the hot tag to Nagata and Suzuki as they continue to brutalize each other, again with stiff forearms, open hand slaps. And I will remind you that both these men are 52. They do not move like they're 52, and they can hold their own against these young guys as much as anyone else. Tsuji, Uemura, and Kidd are very impressive. They can definitely hold their own. I cannot wait until these guys graduate from being young lions and are members of the normal roster. The match ends with a Pinche Loco on Tsuji by El Desperado for the pin and the win at 10 minutes and 33 seconds. After the match, Uemura starts to show a little bit of frustration, kicking the barricades. I wonder what that's going to mean. Match 2, we get into the New Japan Cup. Round 1, we have Ryusuke Taguchi versus Sanada. Sanada, I have to admit, I really love his music. I really love his entrance. This match had great storytelling. And my first time watching it, there was no English commentary. English commentary normally shows up a couple days after they air. But even without knowing Japanese and not having English commentary, I was still able to follow the story that they were telling, as these guys are great. Taguchi started out trying to touch fist. Sanada's like, nah, I ain't playing that, so he declines. There's a little bit of a feeling out process. Taguchi tries to touch fists once again. Sanada doesn't fall for this, but he does touch his fist with Taguchi, and Taguchi tries to kick him with the right foot. So Sanada begins to fight him off a little bit, and then he puts out his arms to try to touch fists. Both men catch each other's foot, and then there's a little bit of a comedy spot there where, they let each other's foot down, and then Taguchi still has Sanada's foot. He trips him up and tries to put him in a paradise lock and does a really bad job of hooking it in. Taguchi starts to do a little bit of a dance and arrogance, thinking that he's got him. Sanada gets up and properly puts him into the Paradise Lock. If you've never seen a Paradise Lock before, I think Jack Gallagher tried it. I think during the what's it called? During the Cruiserweight Cup, I think he tried to use the exact same thing. Sanada, master of the Paradise Lock. He's the only one that does it properly. Afterwards, they do atomic drop spot where Taguchi is basically selling it like death. His facial expressions are very comical, very entertaining. Misses a hip attack, lands on his butt again. Sanada is in control for most of this match. Taguchi does take control at certain times. Taguchi tries it. He attempts a three amigos. He gets two. There's a little bit of reversals going back and forth before he finally hits the third one. He begins to channel his inner Nakamura and goes for a Kinshasa, but gets drop kicked to the leg. This year, in 2020, Sanada is 0-2 in singles competition, losing to Zack Sabre Jr. and Jay White, and it's looking like Taguchi could possibly put him away for his third loss. Taguchi locks in an ankle lock, and after a series of reversals, Sanada going for the skull end. The match picks up with a series of roll-ups until Sanada gets a roll-up with a European clutch pin for the 3 count at 15 minutes and 47 seconds. The pace of this match is really good. It keeps you engaged with a good mix of comedy, technical wrestling, and explosive spots. So there we have it. Sanada advances to round 2. Second match in the tournament. You have Sho versus Shingo Takagi. These two have history, as Sho wants to usurp Shingo Takagi and prove that he is the better competitor. Takagi is the never openweight champ and 6-man tag team champion, so he's a double champ. They get in each other's face before the bell rang, and then Sho goes on the attack, with both men landing some devastating blows, looking to end this match quickly. Takagi openly takes kicks to the chest, blocks off the fourth, starts exchanging blows, and takes it to the outside. He launches Sho into the barricade. Takagi takes him back in and starts to dissect Sho, showing his dominance. Sho begins to fight back and returns the aggression. Takagi seems to be too much and cuts him back off. There's a lot of back and forth action with Sho fighting from underneath. He seems to be more obsessed with beating Takagi rather than winning the tournament. Sho lands a brutal power bomb, dropping to his knees, and with a show of strength delivers a deadlift German suplex to Takagi. Afterwards, they get into a bit of a striking match before Takagi hits a Made in Japan, which we may know as Murphy's Law, for a 2 count. This shocks Takagi, as he thought this match was over. He locks Takagi in a double wrist lock. Gator rolls him into a spike pile driver, trapping both arms. Sho then delivers the shock arrow pile driver and gets the pin for the win at 17 minutes and 6 seconds. This was an extremely hard-fought match by both of these guys, and it did have a surprising finish. I expected Takagi to advance, but no. Sho was able to defeat his foe. Alright, getting into match number 3, 2 of my favorites, Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is 2-0 against Ibushi in the New Japan Cup tournament. Both are previous winners of the New Japan Cup. Zack Sabre Jr. has a very unique attack method, usually going to the ground and get a hold of his opponent. He moves around like a spider monkey trying to wrap his limbs around you. It's kind of hard to defend yourself against Zack Sabre Jr. because he's all over the place, arms, legs, every single limb just trying to wrap you up. He is super overconfident. Ibushi needs to distance himself from Zack Sabre Jr. and not try to out-grapple him, and starts to gain an advantage only once he starts striking him with kicks. Zack Sabre Jr. baits him in to kick him in the leg, but gets a hold of him after several strikes to take him back down and starts to work over the legs of Ibushi. Zack makes all of his submissions look very painful. Say what you will about his size. Ibushi gains the advantage by once again distancing himself and moving on to strikes. Zack Sabre Jr. is thrown to the outside, but manages to grab Ibushi's leg and drag him out, trying to damage the leg so he couldn't beat the 20 count. The match resumes. Zack Sabre Jr. attacks the legs and delivers some strikes of its own. When Ibushi starts to get the upper hand, he goes back to the legs and works the arms as well. Zack Sabre Jr. just seamlessly goes from one move to the next, attacking every single limb. Ibushi nails a backflip kick to regain control and then hits a devastating knee strike and then delivers a Kamigoye for the pin in 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Whoa! Great match. Zack Sabre Jr. out of the tournament. Doesn't really surprise me. Ibushi, it was the winner of the G1 Climax last year. He had, in my opinion, was the best match ever against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 14. I am looking forward to Ibushi doing some good things, although I don't expect him to win this tournament. Next match. And main event. You have Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Taichi. Now, Taichi, I started really liking him during the New Japan Cup. He has a very unique entrance. If you haven't seen it, I really suggest that you go ahead and watch it. Tanahashi is dropped as soon as he goes to the top rope and is powerbombed by Taichi, who sells this like death. This all happens before the bell rings. As the Young Lions are checking in on Tanahashi, the ref just removes the heavyweight tag title and decides to ring the bell, with Tanahashi still in his ring jacket and everything. Taguchi goes on to the attack, delivers a buzzsaw kick right to the back of the head as Tanahashi rolls outside the ring, only to be attacked by Doki on the outside. The ref is distracted. No. So in New Japan, the ref has the discretion to DQ a match if they want to. There is no automatic DQs. The ref decides whether or not they want to let the match continue or not. The ref in this match decided to let this match continue. So when Tanahashi's finally rolled back in, the ref refuses to count because of all the shenanigans that went on the outside. And Taichi starts to slowly pick apart Tanahashi. Going back to the outside, Tanahashi gets in some offense, but with Doki distracting Tanahashi, Taichi quickly is able to regain control. He attacks him again with a chair while the ref doesn't stop the match. Bringing Tanahashi back into the ring, ref once again refuses to count because of all the cheating. Tanahashi starts to build some momentum and he starts to get in a little bit of offense, striking Taichi and taking him down. Tanahashi is taking too much time in between attacks, which leaves himself open, and Taichi begins to regain control after a stiff kick into the corner. Taichi is one hell of a striker too. I think he's very underrated in that area. They exchange some stiff shots with Taichi coming out on top with a snap suplex to lay Tanahashi out. He fights out of a powerbomb and delivers a black hole slam. Both men are down. Tanahashi is first to get to his feet, avoids another back suplex, and delivers a sling blade, and goes to the top ropes to deliver an aces high crossbody. Daoki jumps on the apron to distract Tanahashi, who gets him only low blowed while the ref is distracted and almost gets a quick roll up. Taichi hits a last ride powerbomb only to get a 2 count. Tsuji, the young lion, is out there cheering on Tanahashi from the corner. He hits Taichi with a series of forearms, but then only gets drilled with one that puts him back down. Tanahashi starts to fire up, but is caught by another snap back suplex. Taichi snatches off his pants, stalks Tanahashi, and delivers a super kick. Taichi picks him back up, not taking any chances, and hits him with the Black Mephisto for the pin in 21 minutes, 51 seconds. Taichi doesn't stop there though. He attacks Tanahashi after the bell, and Ibushi runs out for the save, who faces off with Taichi before getting attacked from behind by Doki. These two will be meeting in round 2 of the tournament. They take off the tag team belts and hits both Tanahashi and Ibushi with them, leaving them both laying there in the middle of the ring as the show comes to the end. So that's it, folks. That concludes night 3 of the 2020 New Japan Cup. I hope that you return for my coverage in Night 4 as well as the rest of the tournament. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a like and a comment. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Natural Chris Black, and on Twitter at _natural_CB. While you're here, don't forget about the Saturday Night Slamcasters podcast, release of episode 59. We'll be dropping this Saturday, June 27th, where we will be discussing the whole speaking out movement. Our podcast is available wherever you get your podcast fix. Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Stitcher, Spotify, you name it. Wherever you get your podcast fix, more than likely we're on there. Don't forget to also visit the Facebook page of the Saturday Night Slamcasters at Slamcasters, as well as visit our YouTube channel. We have a review, all of our reviews from Season 1 of Dark Side of the Ring, all of our reviews of Season 1 of the Ruthless Aggression series, and we are currently covering Season 2 of the Dark Side of the Ring right now with the release of Episode 4, The Brawl for All. I believe will be released on July 1st, next week, Wednesday. So, this is me signing off, The Natural Chris Black. See you next time. Take care. Come get slammed.